Yeah, this is a great fight. Jolicoeur is coming up. I love Mike Jolicoeur. I've been a fan of his ever since he stepped onto the scene. Kickboxer. I like this kid a lot. Right now we got his opponents in the cage.
I like the confidence on him. He's coming in. He's feeling ready. That it has to do with him having a full camp where he works as hard as he's probably ever worked before in his life. So.
Again, Evrit Roy in the cage now at a first-class MMA at NEF 48, which is the event we were talking about where Mr. Roy had that little accident post-fight. Round 1 arm triangle choke victory over Will Smith. Now, Everett's original opponent, no, and not that Will Smith. I know what you're thinking about. Yeah.
He slapped him around a little bit before
That's
the
right.
fight. You know?
Everett's original opponent, guys, was supposed to be Brett Casey, someone that I'm very high on, Pat Casey's cousin.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of power. We saw him down in Springfield, Mass. for Ammo. Big first-round KO victory there for him. So hopefully Brett Casey gets healed up and can fight for NEF again in the near future. But now Evrit turns his attention to Mike Jolicoeur out of Karasu Tengu Academy. He's 2-2. His last fight was in March at Combat Zone 79. Round 2 guillotine choke loss to Sahib Jackson. He does have a UD win over Nesta Yuja. He's 2-0 as a kickboxer, so he's got more experience than Evrit. We'll see if that plays a factor in this fight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've seen Jolicoeur fight quite a bit. And, he's taken some losses. He's got some victories. When he looks good, he looks real good. Even when he's not doing too well, he's a performer. He really he lays it out there. And they're expecting really big things from him, too. I'll tell you that. I mean, he's like a coach over there almost. Yeah. He's training some people. He's teaching classes.
Our guy Jolicoeur here?
Yeah, Jolicoeur. He's completely committed. I know that for a fact.
Well, that's the first thing I tell people.
This next contest is a catchweight contest that falls under the auspice of the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right. He comes to us representing First Class MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, Evrit Roy. And his opponent, standing directly across the cage, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He comes to us representing Karasu Tengu Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Jolicoeur. 3 rounds, lightweight division.
But really quickly, I was just saying that one of the first things I do tell people is that to get to the highest level, it's more than just being a good fighter. You have to be able to make those certain sacrifices. You have to be able to be at the gym all day and not make $1 for it. You know what I mean? And that's how you'll get to that next level. So even if he's not his best right now, making those sacrifices, he'll get there.
Yeah.
Jolicoeur, red corner, Roy, blue corner. For anyone that doesn't know, here we go.
And Evrit Roy's coming from a very good school in first-class MMA.
Yeah, Evrit catching that kick and ending up on top here, looking for a headlock to get it back to the ground.
I believe he was a decorated wrestler also, Evrit. Yeah, and I think that's showing right here.
That's never good, especially for a guy like Jolicoeur. He needs to circle off this cage and get back to the middle.
Yeah. Jolicoeur's well-rounded, and he's been improving his game all over.
Landing a nice, solid knee to the body right there.
Yeah, good double underhooks right there.
That's nice. He did his head fight. I was just going to say he needs to head fight a little bit more so he can circle off this cage. Yeah, dude. Nice.
Good. Yeah, that was a good try by Evrit, but
Jolicoeur ended up on top. So from here, if I was Jolicoeur, I would definitely try and just stay on top. These rounds are short. Let's hold position for a long time.
Yeah.
Jolicoeur looking for some offensive takedowns of his own. Yep. Evrit started this round on the aggressive offensive grappling, but now both guys are just ended up blending here, just grappling back and forth. I'd like to see these guys just kind of just circle back to the middle and get back to striking. The fight doesn't have to end right now. This is a 3-round fight. We can, plan to fight for 3 rounds.
Yeah, and both of these guys, I know for a fact, they're both in shape. Nobody's going to stop on the stool. Their coaches wouldn't let them in here if they didn't have that gas tank.
Roy looking for that takedown right now. Jolicoeur playing defense. But landing some nice shots to the side of the head there.
In my opinion, this actually is kind of Jolicoeur's fault that they're still in this situation. He got free. He got back in a better position.
And he rushed right into it.
And he rushed right back into the grappling when he should have tried to slow things down. And
I agree, and I think his coach is calling for him to bring it to the middle, but, he did come and play Everett's game. right away.
Nice job defending that single leg by Jolicoeur, and they're back in the middle. Let's see him work.
Yeah, nice leg kick from Jolicoeur as well.
Yeah, Jolicoeur's going to have to keep the spacing to keep Evrit away with his legs. He's a longer fighter too, you know. So they're asking for him. They want to get some output on his hands and feet right now.
Nice. Jolicoeur throwing great combos right here with the 1-2s and then the same side leg kick. Yep. And he's targeting that leg kick as like,
ooh,
good team.
Beautiful.
I think that hurt him. Do you think?
I think it did, but also I was going to say, to me right now, it looks like Roy is a little tired.
Yeah. I think that knee did some damage. And he's hit him with a couple of knees. That wasn't the first knee. He had a couple of good knees against the cage.
10 seconds in round 1 left. Jolicoeur on top right now.
We're going to see round 2.
Yeah, it's obvious who's winning this first round, though, for sure.
Big shots there for Jolicoeur.
Yeah, good round.
That was a good round. That was the best round I've seen all night so far.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, man, but it was an intelligent fight over here for both fighters, you know. An impressive, like you said, the head game, and he went to it. And he basically, this is a high-level amateur fight.
No, this is a very high-level amateur fight. I'm seeing both guys looking like they're trying to, inflict their will with their game plan. But Jolicoeur, it seems like he really snapped out of that, that nervous, one of my first fights vibe, right? And he started the fight, grappling when he shouldn't be. But towards the end, he's like, oh, shoot, I need to get back to the middle and throw some hands. I'm the taller guy.
I totally agree. I think he burned off that nervous energy.
Yeah.
And now his corner's telling him, look, keep the spacing. You're going to beat him up on his hands and with your hands and feet. Throw your combos, play your game. That's your game. His game's wrestling, so do your thing.
Yeah.
All right, round 2 here. Our 5th fight of the night. Evrit Roy, Mike Jolicoeur, 150-pound catchweight bout here. They touch him up in the middle, and here we go.
So these guys usually 45ers or 55ers? Do we know?
I think they're usually 45ers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That is accurate.
Jolicoeur just being a little bit too ahead, looking for that takedown.
And Evrit Roy is no joke when he comes to this grappling, his wrestling.
Yeah, no, he is not, and he wants it. Obviously, that's part of their game plan. He needs this takedown, he feels.
Yes.
Mike, go ahead.
I'd just say you're right. I think Jolicoeur won that first round, but go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Mike looking like he's finding some calmness in there, finding a way to rest and recover in between these things he just can't control. Everett's going to smash him on that cage because he's still nervous, but Mike's like, okay, well, this is what he wants. Let me just take a couple deep breaths.
And it seems like, too, when it comes to these grappling exchanges, and that's what Evrit Roy wants.
Right.
Jolicoeur, when he can separate and land some shots, he seems to be the better stand-up fighter in there tonight.
Yeah, I agree. But, hey, relentlessness paid off right now, with Evrit. He's been looking for this takedown since round 1, and this is his first or second time getting it since Mike got up originally.
He's got Jolicoeur's jiu-jitsu is not bad, believe me. I've seen him on the ground a few times. He's very, very knowledgeable. Evrit Roy's in a good spot for himself. This is where he wants to be.
Yeah, but this is not where Mike wants to be after the round 1 that he had. We don't know what type of judges we have yet because we've been having people getting knocked out and slept left and right. So I'd hate to find out the hard way that round 1's nullified because you were on the ground round 2.
Yeah, Jolicoeur's got UFC fighter Joey Gomez in his corner, along with Walter Smith-Catito. Evrit Roy's got John Real. I'm not sure who else over there, but he's got a solid team behind him. That's what makes this a great matchup.
Right now, Roy on top. Jolicoeur taking a breather right now as Roy's trying to advance his position, but thought for a second he was going to get back up.
Man, what a high-level round, like you said earlier, man. Like, these guys are very high-level for amateurs.
He's got a hold of his neck now.
No, he's out of
Jolicoeur did a great job of reversing that so he could get his hips up in the air and get his head in a position he wouldn't get flattened out. He's back in the ground and pound.
I think that gas tanks is going to be the only thing to separate these two guys. I think we'll find out closer to the end of this round. But these guys are almost neck and neck right now with the transitions and the defenses. It's very impressive.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, big shot there from Jolicoeur.
Oh, I want to see more of that.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left, man.
We might actually go to a third round in a fight. How about
Could
that?
you imagine a decision tonight?
No, I couldn't.
It's like the card at Thompson's point.
Right.
How many first-round finishes did that card have?
Exciting.
Unbelievable.
Jolicoeur finishing the second round super duper strong. Did he throw his mouthpiece? Is that what I just witnessed, or?
I don't know. Maybe he might, but I don't. But look at Everett Roy. He looks a little more worse for wear than Mike does right now. Mike's sitting up.
Granted, this is how he ended round one.
Yeah.
Everett was turned around, bent over after round one, but he came back in round two.
Yep.
Very strong.
They're both well conditioned. Like I said, great coaching on both sides. So, they put the work in. I guarantee the work was put in here.
Yeah, but definitely Jolicoeur looking like the more conditioned, more ready for a war out of the two. Both guys very impressive so far. But the way that they're handling going into a third round, I think that Jolicoeur is a little bit more prepared.
Right. And I say this every broadcast, Greg. You definitely know this, but a lot of the times in these evenly, matched fights, it comes down to who is the better conditioned athlete. So this third round, we'll see who's got more gas left in the tank.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't show by a guy gassing out. Nobody's going to gas out. It's just who's got that extra push to get out of a position, to get into a position, or to throw those hands.
Or just do what you're being told.
Impose your will, yeah. Like, who can do that?
Because as a fighter, you're constantly hearing your coaches yell different things. And every time, nice combination.
I love that combo, that 1-2 kick, that 1-2 round. Oh,
and a hard body shot from Jolicoeur. Nice, I love that inside trip. Jolicoeur's here for a reason, and he's not leaving without it.
Beautiful trip from Jolicoeur, and now he's on top of Roy, looking to do some damage here. Those short hammer fists.
This is scary for an MMA fight. When a guy starts going towards that leg and looking for these weirds. Oh!
Nice out. Nice out by Jolicoeur, too.
Yeah, if that mouthpiece comes out again, I want to see a point taken. He looks for that body shot again.
The left hook to the body. I love that.
Beautiful trip there from Roy.
Right in front of his corner.
Yeah, and Roy wanted that in the second round, and Jolicoeur kept him from getting it. And to see Everett go for it again, even though he didn't get it in the first, I'm impressed.
Yeah, both of these guys' cardio are ridiculous.
Big moment right there for Everett Roy, getting that trip takedown right in front of his corner that can coach him here in the third round.
Yeah, and this could be a huge momentum shift because Mike was coming out confident. He walked off from that leg attempt that Everett was going for, and now to kind of just be stopped in his tracks here and his last chance to prove to the judges he wants this more.
This is one of those fights where I am so glad I'm here sitting at the commentary booth with you guys and I'm not a judge, because this would be a really, really difficult one to score. Very, very close fight each and every round.
Well, I'll tell you, if Jolicoeur gets out of this position, I think he's going to win the fight. I think this is I really do think Everett needs a finish.
Well, as Jolicoeur, he has his underhook. He's just not using it. The whole time he's had his left arm underneath Everett's armpit, and all he needed to do was scoot his butt out, but he hadn't done it, and he actually chose to get rid of the underhook instead of just shrimping out.
Yeah.
That's why he's still amateur. Mm-hmm. And that's okay, because he's still amateur. You get to figure that out.
That's right.
And now he's going into a butterfly guard. Jolicoeur's
that's scary.
Throwing a triangle at him.
Yeah, he just needs an angle. He needs to underhook the leg or the arm so he can get that angle on the left side and get his triangle deeper.
I don't know if that was a 10-second bell or somebody clapping, but...
Yeah, that was definitely somebody clapping.
And he transitioned to the arm bar. Everett tried the rampage slam. Hey,
there's the
10 seconds. Can Roy survive?
End up on top. If you get on top, Mike, you win.
I know. If he could reverse this. So very close fight.
I'm so happy I'm sitting here too, Ryan. Yeah. You're right.
My jacket's on and I'm feeling a little sweaty. I'm feeling a little. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here too. And I got a little.
I don't have a jacket on and I'm sweaty.
Yeah, I had to take mine off because it's hot in here. We're actually getting some nice weather for the first time in a little while this summer, Greg. You can appreciate that.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful today. Got to play some golf.
Great fight, guys.
Yeah.
Mike Jolicoeur, Everett Roy. Right now, this is definitely the leader in the clubhouse for fight of the night. Safe to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we got a lot of competitors for performance of the night, but not a lot for fight of the night. Yeah, you know, if he looks our way and pulls out his mouthpiece or spits one more time, I'm going in there. Because that first loogie he spit on the cage, that was pretty close. And I almost jumped out the way. Great performance, though.
These amateurs, they don't want that smoke, ugly man, Joe. They know exactly who you are, so I'm sure he'd back it off real quick.
No, he ain't. He trying me. No, just kidding.
Great fight. A lot of fun.
Awesome fight. That was actually a really great fight. I love the comeback. I love how both guys had a moment of coming back, right? Jolicoeur stole the first round, and immediately Everett's like, okay, I got to make adjustments, and he did.
Yeah.
Just for Jolicoeur to say no, sir.
We'll see what the judges said. Let's send it to Pete Zimbor for the official announcement here of this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Scott Mellon scores the fight 29-28, whereas judges Matt Collins and Steve Rita see the fight 30-27. All for your winner via unanimous decision, Mike Jolicoeur.
I think that's a good decision.
I agree.
He edged him out.
Yeah, he knew, I knew. Great performance.
Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed of by Everett Roy. A solid performance by him.
No doubt about it.